What's happening, ladies and gentlemen? What is good? What is good? Tina will change the world. More boomer moments, please. Yeah, I'll change the world with my boomer moments. You know how it is, ladies and gentlemen. What an evening it has been, guys. I've come on a little bit early, UK time, because, of course, my guys in the States, daylight saving. I missed the stream earlier on. I was late by an hour. Not because I was late. I just didn't get my times correct. So it is now 9:10, ladies and gentlemen. Mad love and respect for all you people passing through. Billy from Philly, what's happening, bro? So what is going on? What is happening, ladies and gentlemen? Well, we've got a lot to talk about tonight. And it's important. I know that we like to have the good old book map scenario where we actually start dictating price and talking about what's happening in real time. But I need to tone it down a bit just to bring it back to context. Okay, so that we're all on the same page and that we're level-headed with what's going to happen over the next 24 hours. It is very critical that you try and take what you can from this stream tonight, guys. All right, because I really want you guys to stay in the game. Tomorrow, there will be people that will get wrecked. There will be people that will get liquidated. There will be people that will quit. They will walk away because they're trying to take advantage of volatility. In my opinion, ladies and gentlemen, don't do anything yet. Okay? So, I'm going to dive into that a little bit more. Firstly, mad love and respect to all you people passing through to tonight's stream. At the top, you can see that I currently have a poll. I'm going to be doing these polls more often so that I can understand my viewership and get to understand where you guys are at in your trading. So we've got first time trading and then first time trading crypto. There's a big difference. And then we've got mad love and respect. I want to see boomer moments. I'm hoping that you guys do populate this little ratio that we've got here, this little poll, and please, just don't make the boomer moments be the one that actually succeeds in all of it. I genuinely want to know where you guys are at with your trading, if it's your first time trading or it's your first time trading crypto. My first time trading crypto was a year ago when we started the stream, January 23rd, 2021. That's when it happened for me. Okay, so I want to know where you guys are at with your trading just by answering those two questions above so I can understand where everyone is. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, don't worry. Cerise fan club, don't worry, bro. I'm gonna get to the charts right now, my friend. I've got to address my people. Okay, we're here every day, so mad love. Your indicator's not working, bro. Nah, man. The indicator, you might need to just uninstall it, install it again on the indicators list, man. So don't worry, it should be working fine. Anyways, let's roll with it. If you are new, mad love and respect again. Welcome to Traders Reality. My name is Tino. Let's have a conversation, guys. Okay, then cool. So let's go back in time. When I say go back in time, let's go back to the stream earlier on today, ladies and gentlemen, because it is important. Okay? In the stream earlier on today, guys, we had the following. Let me just bring it up for you right now. No, I'll tell you what, we'll do it like this. We will take the image, all right? This was today's stream. Again, I'm going to keep saying it, but it is really important that you watch each corresponding stream. Why? Because the first stream that I do in the morning, in essence, for the New York session, is going to prepare you for the ranges that we could expect Bitcoin to end up in, okay? So we had this projection, all right? We anticipated that from this point here, Bitcoin was likely to make a run up towards this zone to recover some of the previous vector candles. Okay. We also had the 800 EMA in this zone. What I'm going to do is pull up a clearer chart so that you guys can see it much more clearer. Where is it? Is that here? Here we go. So this is where we were earlier on. Okay. I shared this out to the Patreons and guys of the masterclass and to help them understand how the pattern will play out if everything works in our favor. Now, going into the start of New York, you can see that we've got this behavior by Mr. Market Maker. We've got the red candle, blue candle formation. All right. The sharp move to the downside. Market Maker marks price down lower, traps the retail trader to go short, recovers the previous blue vector candle, and then shifts out of the zone. Okay. This would be deemed as 1, 2, and we anticipated a third hit to the upside. To my guys that trade the pivot points, the M2 pivot was being tested and confirmed with price moving away from the psychological low. That is good news for us with this range. Okay, now we anticipated that Bitcoin was going to come up towards this area here and try and take the daily open, and maybe we anticipated that Bitcoin was likely to come and take out the M4 pivot point. Now that was a bit of a big ask because the principle says that M2 is going to lead over to M4. Now remember, when you've got the M4 zone, it is just double the distance from M2 to M3. That's all it is. So they achieved the M3. Now, usually what we do see is we see that when they come towards the M3 pivot point, if they can't break above it, they'll test it, retrace back down, continuation to the upside. That's the principle. Okay, so that could be something that could come into play from now until later on tonight. But guys, remember, we've got the FOMC results coming out. Okay, that is going to be a very important market mover overall. Why? Because the FOMC itself, guys, is one of those situations where volatility in the charts could be absolutely phenomenal, and I would really advise that you just proceed with caution on that basis, guys. It's not a time to be trading or trying to set up trades on that principle. Okay, now with that being said, guys, let's just break it down. Let me remove this chart after now. So it's good that it works if you actually study this so you can understand what price was doing in and around these zones. Okay, let me remove that. Let's go on to the 1 hour time frame. Here we go. So look, blue vector candle to the upside. They completely recovered the vector candle right here. Happy days. But we've got a bit of resistance at the daily open. That's really important. Why? Well, look at it like this. They've hit the daily open and come sharply straight back down into it. Now, if you look at this chart right here, the Kingfisher, if we zoom in closer, there's not that much liquidity close by. It's closer towards the 39,391 zone where there is some liquidation points that they could take out, okay, than there is over here. So they've got to go to 40k before they start hitting some liquidation points. The principle says, okay, that if they're going to hold this range and continue higher, the 5 and the 13 EMA will stay in this current fashion. Okay, and that's what is really important for us. If they can keep price action in this behavior like so, ladies and gentlemen, then there's a good chance that price is going to follow through and then initiate the good move that we want to see to the upside. Okay, and of course it's going to start getting busy right about now, which will be typical of Bitcoin. But look, just be careful, guys. They will do this non-stop. They will give you the illusion that things are looking promising. Granted, they could actually move out to the upside later on tonight. That would be fine. But coming into tomorrow with the FOMC, there's going to be some stagnant behavior, especially a couple of hours or 3-4 hours beforehand. We said it earlier on today in the streams, guys. Okay? From the stream earlier on at 2 o'clock today GMT, all right, all the way through till Asia's close tomorrow morning, all right, we are likely to see some very interesting price action in the sense where they could mark up price to a particular point where they expect from the FOMC, we can expect them to do something very interesting. Okay, they are either going to initiate the following. Price could likely come up like so, trade up into this zone, maybe even hit the M4 pivot point, then trail all the way back down. And then when it comes to the actual FOMC results, we are probably going to see Bitcoin or price action end up like so. Okay, you're going to want to keep an eye out on the S&P 500 tomorrow. All right, now this is important. If the information is going to be positive tomorrow in the FOMC, then granted the S&P 500 will finalize this nice little W formation play in the chart. Okay, that's what it will do. It will look to try and come back up towards these previous points in the chart, maybe if and only if the news is positive and that they don't surprise us with anything tomorrow. This is really important, guys. Given with all the tension of what's happening around the world, look, these are zones that they could come back up to in the S&P 500. Looking at gold, we can see that it's continued its move to the downside, but we do see a potential little mini W formation appearing at the 800 EMA. Just look at the precision of the market makers, guys. Look at this. The range daily low. Look at that. How close they got to the range daily low in that range. It's absolutely phenomenal. All right? This is what I'm saying about these sort of zones. They are very important zones in the chart, so it's good to keep an eye out on them. The principle behind the range daily low and the range daily high says this, okay? If it's going to favor higher prices and it can achieve at least more than 50% of its ADR for the day, there's a good chance it's going to achieve one of these points. Now, ADR can imply that price goes to the upside to the ADR and also to the downside ADR. Okay, now you can see from the daily open, all right, if we take the daily open and we mark off the journey of the ADR itself. So gold's ADR is roughly 4,617 pips. Okay, so if we look down, you can see that it actually achieved 4,338 pips. That says 46,178. That's not correct. It's 4,617.8 pips. It's just the conversion because it's trading view. This information is taken from MT4 trading platform. Okay. Now, if we take 50% retracement of, the equilibrium of the daily open and the ADR itself, we can see that gold had actually moved down into its ADR 50% and aggressively broke down below it. Okay, so we kind of had an idea that they were looking to move and achieve an ADR move to the downside. Okay, so that's how you use the ADR, in my opinion, to establish where you are in terms of the volatility of a movement in an asset. Okay, now going back to Bitcoin itself. This pattern right here, guys, as much as we want this big W formation to play out and that everybody can favor higher prices, guys, listen, I'll tell you straight, all right? There's no one that wants Bitcoin to rise more than me, all right? But I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I'm going to put things into perspective for you and keep you aware of what you need to be mindful of. Don't fall for no hype. Don't take what anyone says literally. Do your own research, okay? Don't even listen to what I have to say. I'm here to explain to you how the hybrid system works. If I believe Bitcoin's going to go higher, or I'm indicating that Bitcoin could go higher, that's my opinion. You need to try and conflict that. You need to be critical of that. And if you can come to a happy medium, then you're on the same page with someone. It's just as good as sitting next to someone and saying, what do you think, bro? And they agree with you or they don't. Okay? Now, experience tells me that if this pattern is going to hold out and Bitcoin does stay and move away from this range, given that the news tomorrow should be positive and it's good for everyone overall, then Bitcoin is going to complete this big W formation. Okay, now some of you are thinking, well, Tino, how's that a W formation? What's going on here and what's going on here? Well, if you break it all down, guys, right, you've got yourself a pattern right here. You've got another mini W formation right here. You've got an M formation right here. You've got a sharp V play right here. And then you've got another V play. Now we've got this little mini W formation. In other words, patterns within patterns and cycles within cycles. Okay. The principle would say from the higher time frames, okay, from this M formation right here, ladies and gentlemen, Bitcoin on the 4-hour time frame is showing level 1, drop, level 2, drop, level 3, and we are still waiting for the peak formation, which is this bigger W formation, to play out. This is in line with the cycle that we look for every single day, ladies and gentlemen, at the start of a week coming towards the end of a week. We expect this sort of behavior to play out. Okay, now if you were to take the following, right, look at that, just this structure itself, and you marry it up to what's going on in the chart, we've seen a full cycle play out. Okay, does that make sense? Yeah? If the screen's blurry, you need to change the settings, bro, on your, the cog wheel at the bottom, change it to 1080p. Yeah? Change it to 1080p. Yeah, we do like a good little cheeky W formation. You know that, bro. You know that. Man, you guys are funny. No worries, Strahamli. Man, make your names easy for me to say. I get it so wrong. I did might want to hodl advice. Scalping is my mojo. No worries, my friend. Okay, then, cool. So, yeah, this is... some of the guys will say that it's Elliott wave, the Wyckoff theory. That's true. Okay, the Wyckoff principle is very valid, as much as people don't like to accept it, all right? And the Elliott wave principle, they all have their place, ladies and gentlemen. But these strategies themselves, except for the Wyckoff in principle, The Elliott wave is based on waves, okay? It's the principle of rise up, down, and then you've got the A to B to C to D, and you're establishing how many movements are each wave. I mean, I don't know too much about Elliott wave. I didn't really dive into it, but this would be, in principle, you know, if you want the Wyckoff and the Elliott wave, it would be more of a scientific way to actually read price. Okay, but ultimately we've come to the understanding that they don't care about our opinion or whether something is scientific or not. At the end of the day, it's when can they make the run towards the liquidity that is in the chart. As it stands, it looks like there are a lot of liquidation points to the longs to the downside. Okay, lots of liquidations for longs. This is frightening, man. This is frightening. It tells me that people aren't paying themselves. Okay. But then also it's saying that there are people that are going long right now. And this is, excuse me, this is their liquidation points. Okay. So the guys down at 27 are sitting okay. All right. But that doesn't mean you get complacent. That doesn't mean you think, you know what, it will never go there. It can go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Price can go anywhere. Now, if Bitcoin cannot hold this pattern, we have to understand where they are likely to move price. Okay, so look at this. This point right here in the chart, ladies and gentlemen, the 32,995 will invalidate this structure. If price breaks down, I'm talking breaks, yeah, and goes beyond the 31k zone all the way down here, if it doesn't come back sharply and close back into the range, then the pattern would be invalidated. Okay? We would have a complete reset of the cycle, which says M level formation, drop level 1, drop level 2, drop level 3, peak formation. Okay? Only if it comes down into this area here. If they break down in one session and then they come back up like they do right here, and then they come slowly back down again, still it's invalidated. Why? Because this is the last point in the chart that they had triggered interest. They came back down to it again and they triggered the same interest and shifted back up again. They haven't yet tested that zone in quite some time. So we could see price coming back into that point. But guys, remember, FOMC is going to be one of those points where they can absolutely do anything they want. Bitcoin, for all we know, could spike up to the upside, get everyone committed, oh, the news is good, and then bring it back down again. They could even bring it back down to the downside. Everyone's thinking Bitcoin's going to drop now, and then they can reverse it back up. Tomorrow, guys, between the following time, tomorrow at 12:30 UK time, core retail sales will be released. Okay, that's a market mover. Retail sales, that is a market mover. On top, at 6 o'clock in the evening, FOMC economic projections, the statement, and the federal funds rate, and the press conference. These all are happening at the same time. Okay? So you can imagine what the markets are going to be like. The market's going to move once these all happen. Then the press conference. They could say something that could really switch things up. Okay? So guys, again, please, tomorrow is probably not a day for you to trade if you are brand new to trading. Okay? Don't fall for no hype. Wait at least until the information has been absorbed and everyone has got an opinion of what the Fed tomorrow will say. Why? Because you may have made money from Saturday all the way through till today, and then tomorrow you'll give it all back. What position do you want to be in? Are you in a position to have done what you've done in trading from Saturday, for example, okay? Or even soon, longer. What if you've been trading really well for the past 2 months, okay? And you are now at this point where you are being tested. The market is testing people right now, okay? Market maker is doing everything he can to make people believe one thing is happening when in essence he's preparing for something else. If the news is good, great. If the news is bad, great. We are going to see an impact. We are going to understand, for example, if dollar yen is going to continue this move to the upside. Go back in the charts, ladies and gentlemen, and take every month, usually on the 15th or the 16th of each month, when the FOMC has a statement release, okay? Look at what look what the dollar yen does whenever they do that. It all depends on what the statement says. Sometimes they don't really do much, but then price ends up reflecting the FOMC statement, okay? Is this factoring in already the idea of the FOMC? In other words, once the information comes out, they will have enough people committed to the upside, opening trades all here. Guys are favoring longs, yen's going up, and these guys are all in margin right now in dollar yen because they have leverage in Forex, you know. Okay? And then when the news comes out, whether it's good or bad, they are going to initiate a stop hunt rise, a drop, or they're going to initiate a stop hunt low, rise. Okay? Wait until at least half an hour to an hour before you even consider doing anything. I'm only saying this so that you don't give back any profits that you have achieved from any time up until tomorrow. The best thing for you to do is for the following. Let's make the assumption of this, guys. Is it possible that dollar yen is getting ready to drop to the downside? Because if you look at dollar yen on higher time frames, and I'm talking higher time frames like the 21-hour chart, you're going to see a madness amount of vector candles when it decides to come up. Come on. Just waiting for it. Not doing it. Come on. Come on. There you go. We've got this big vector candle hit to the upside, and then retail decides to step in this area here. All right? Whenever it does this sort of behavior, ladies and gentlemen, it comes down aggressively like so. Don't be caught out in this. You know why? Because when they drop aggressively like this, they'll bring it all the way back into the range itself. The 50 EMA is literally screaming, please come back to me. Okay? Once it comes back to that point, you'll know where you stand. You can ride the retrace back down to the vector point. If there is a red vector candle in this area, you can try and ride the retrace back up as well. Happy days. All right? Now, gold. We've spoken about gold. Pax, Bitcoin, gold. Yep, happy days with that one. Bitcoin has just taken a nice little spike to the upside. Here we go. Look, it's already starting, ladies and gentlemen. The choppiness of the range. Okay? Bitcoin's holding in and around the psychological high, coming away from the psychological low. It's done a good job of holding the range. But guys, like I said, please proceed with caution. Okay? Yes, Pancho, it is looking very, very nice. Yeah, I could be glitching. It will be positive news for crypto. Visionary DeFi, I hope it is. Okay? I really do hope it is, because the principle would say that Bitcoin has been spending a lot of time in this boring range. We've got these 2 points in the chart that they have yet to come and attack. All right? Now, listen. Here is the example of what I'm trying to say. If they do come out with good news, happy days. This is what could happen. Yeah? Price comes up. Say it hits that vector point. By principle, there would be vector candles in this area. What do we wait for whenever price moves aggressively from a range? Yeah? We wait for the retrace. At that point, the 50 EMA would have got towards this area here on the assumption that Bitcoin continues higher. All right? Once the retrace is established, price shifts out. Tell me why the retrace is not valid, and it's valid here. Because we had that retrace. That retrace happened. Look. If you look on the 1 hour time frame. Where was it? Gone to the 15-minute time frame. Well, we didn't have the retrace as such. Well, it was this area here. That area retraced back down, hit the London session low, and then shifted out. So it was a very small retrace. But the principle was there. The retrace happened. Okay? Always protect yourselves. That's all I've got to say to you, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Always protect yourselves. Now, let me have a look at a few altcoins, because I haven't been really spending much time with them. Again, some altcoins are looking very nice today. Vite. What's this? Vite USD. When did I add this coin? Look at that. Look how they respect the range daily high right there, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely phenomenal. Beautiful. ARX. Okay, this must be a news play. Because for this to happen in the same session, absolutely brilliant. Absolutely amazing. Kind of a choppy coin to say the least, but they are coming back to the previous vector points with aggression. So please be careful when trading these sort of coins. Again, if we want to know where you are, with regards to the crypto, the market cap for the altcoins, and you want to know where you are with the altcoins, the best thing for you to do is to look at the altcoin chart itself. All right, pull up the 1 hour time frame, label it off. Where we at? Little mini W formation right here. Okay, the principle says that across the board now with the altcoins, many altcoins are trading above the 50 EMA but below the 200 EMA. So what do you want to look for? You want to look for altcoins that are actually performing better than that. All right, so let's go back to our altcoins list. And in the Discord, it's actually available for you to get access to. So you can get that, download that in the Traders Reality Discord. Phantom, look at that. Where is Phantom? Trading above the 50 EMA. Try to break the 200. But remember, Phantom, okay, has had, it's traveled quite a wide distance, okay? So it's just as good as being above the 200, in my opinion, because of how aggressively they've moved up, okay? EGLD, where's that at? Okay, now look at this. This is above the 800 EMA, so this is outperforming most of the altcoins across the board. It's nowhere near as good as what it's nowhere near as what the actual crypto market cap chart is showing. Okay, for the altcoins, it's above the 200, above the 50, above the 5, above the 13, and above the 800 EMA. So that is very positive. So please keep an eye out on this coin, ladies and gentlemen, because it's printed beautifully. 3 hits to the low. An inverted head and shoulders pattern could be in the midst for this coin to move back up. Okay, that's only if Bitcoin does the following. Yeah, if only Bitcoin can follow through. If it can follow through, happy days, mate. I'm glitching out, man. I'm getting my words mixed up. Solana, Solana has been trading so sad, man, so bad. Has finished above the 800 EMA, so it is outperforming most of the altcoins. So pay attention, because if they do continue to move higher and news is good tomorrow, then we would expect coins like Solana to retrace up until that point and then shift out of the zone, coming into last week's high. Okay, assuming that the volatility is present. Okay, how does it respect the range daily high? If the candle that sets it, it is the candle to be respected. It is the candle to be respected. Well, look at it like this. Range daily high, range daily low is the previous session's high and low average. Okay, so if they can move price towards that point, that's the highest range that they can move to. In other words, it's a full ADR move. Yeah. Comp. Here we go. Again, above the 200 EMA. So that's good news. Keep an eye out on comp. Let's just keep going through the altcoins. Okay, so this is pretty laggard right here. Lots of wicks in the chart. All right, there could be some inconsistencies here, but there are people trapped with orders up here, so they may even want to try and come back up there to get them to do something in that zone, because if they see price moving back up into that area, there's a high chance that they actually may keep their trades open and not take any profit, which is where they will move price back down again. What do you think an M formation is, ladies and gentlemen? It's designed to trap traders' belief that they are now in the buying the dip scenario. Okay, so when you get an M formation like so, the first leg has to be higher than the second leg. This area here would be deemed as an FTD play, which is fool the dealer. But I know my guys in the pattern watchers truly know what that definition is. So when they rise up, they bring it back down again. They try and buy the dip. They're feeling euphoric, feeling greedy, because now they've caught the best move to the upside. They are the greatest traders on earth. And then before you know it, price either stabilizes in this point or spikes the high, commits them to stay in the trade, and then reverses back down. Okay? Arve, look, everything is doing pretty much the same thing, guys. Most of the coins on the altcoin crypto market cap are trading below the 200 EMA. Each coin that we've pulled up so far is trading above it. So that is good news for us. Okay? Now, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to make this stream too long because we're not seeing the price action that we want to see. But guys, again, I'm just going to warn you. Please be cautious tomorrow. Have the day off. Take it off. Don't worry about price action. I am going to try and do a stream tomorrow. I've got it's my brother-in-law's mother's funeral tomorrow. So there's a couple of things that need to be sorted out, but I'll keep you guys posted with regards to that. Okay? If I come on, I come on. If not, I'll be coming on hopefully closer towards the time of when the FOMC releases its statement so that I can sit through that with you guys and tell you not to do anything until it's over, because I want to make sure you guys are available to come to Thursday's stream when the FOMC is over and then the markets have absorbed the information. So, ladies and gentlemen, mad love and respect to every single one of you people. Please be careful. Next 24 hours are critical. Take the day off. Just keep an eye out on price action. Watch what it does. If you are new to the channel, be sure to like and subscribe, guys. Make your way over to the Discord and congregate with the pattern watchers who are always looking for zones, different altcoins, you name it. They're looking at absolutely everything in there. And it's a great place for you just to get in touch with guys who've been using the hybrid from day one. Okay? Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, it's a short one tonight, but mad love and respect to all of you. Have yourselves a wonderful evening, and I will try and catch up with you all tomorrow. Take care of yourselves. Peace.